Hi, this is Rodrigo from Frame Freak Studio, and this is the Creative Hostler Show. In today's show, we have Marta Andreeva. She's an artist from Bulgaria that has worked in the Golden Apple, and that's how I find her. Because I'm like really stuck about that project. And recently she has come to Spain to work for the Spa Animation Studios with Jorge Pablos. And she also has studied in Germany, so she has a lot of experience that she can share with us. So welcome, welcome, Marta.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
So first of all, for the people who don't know about you, can you give us a little bit about your history? How was it for you to start into art from Bulgaria? Was something that you were doing since you were a kid?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the normal story that I have just drawn all my life. It has always been like a part of what I did and what I enjoyed doing. I never, like when I was a child, I never really thought about it as much as a professional path, I guess. I never really thought about doing it professionally after school. But yeah, it turned out that I did it after all. After high school, I decided to go to Germany to study there because I went to a German high school and it was like the logical decision, I guess, just to go to Germany and like start a major there. And I didn't actually study anything with animation. I wasn't really sure if like animation was the thing I wanted to do at that point. I I studied like media design and media studies, and I started doing a little bit of graphic design, and I was just trying things out and just trying what I would like to do next. But I really missed drawing, so yeah. So I applied for an internship at a game studio. It was really small, like a small computer game studio, and we also did like commercials and a little bit of animation and all that. And after my internship, they gave me a contract in that studio, so I continued working there. And yeah, this is how I kind of got my foot into the industry, I guess. I also did a small internship in Bulgaria at the same time. It was just for a month, just to, yeah, just to see how things work, I guess.
And something that I wanted to ask you, like, were your family supportive of you following the art path? Because, there are many cases where parents are not so supportive of the idea of, hey, I want to do comics or cartoons.
Yeah, I understand that a lot. I mean, my family was always supportive of me in the terms of if you're happy about what you're doing, then we'll support you. But I think they were also a bit like nervous whether I would be able to find work, and whether I'll be able to uh, have money to like buy food. Yeah, so it was like maybe tough choice to explain to others, but my family has been pretty supportive, I think. Yeah.
Awesome. Something that uh, to give you a little bit of context of this, since I come
Yeah.
from El Salvador, here people really don't support art, like nothing at all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when I was in Bulgaria, there was a lot of people like complaining that Bulgaria doesn't support art that much. And from my point of view, like they just have they have a huge building in the middle of a park that is like completely devoted to culture, arts, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was looking like walking in the streets, and I saw art galleries like every couple of meters,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
People playing music in the street, people making art in the street. And from my point of view, like I was like completely astounded because everybody was nobody support art here, and it's like, aren't you looking around?
Don't you see what's happening? Yeah.
Yeah. Did something happen for you as well there when you started your career in art that people, I think people in Bulgaria compares themselves to France maybe when it comes to art supportive, and of course France and Bulgaria has its difference. Did you find something similar as well in your life?
Like in terms of, I don't know, I was also one of the people that thought that there is not much things going on in Bulgaria, and I was searching for something more, I guess, like outside of the country. But in the past years, so much has happened. I think so much has been happening and is happening at the moment, and things are really looking up, especially for like animation and arts and yeah, things in general, which is great.
Also, can you tell us a little bit about the history of how did you got involved into the project, The Golden Apple?
Yeah, it was. I saw the project when they first launched it on Facebook, I guess, and I really loved it. I was in Germany at that time. I have been living there for like 2 years almost, I think. I wasn't at home, and I really loved it. I liked the style. I liked just the idea of it. I was completely hooked and in love with it. So I kind of friended some people from the project and also like the creator of the project in Facebook, and I just said like to them how much I love the project and how much I think it's a great thing that they're doing it, and they just offered me to be a part of it, and this is how it all happened. It happened through Facebook, and yeah, it has been a great journey so far. Like, I'm really happy to be part of that team.
This is something amazing that you mentioned because I say this a lot, and there is a lot of people who don't believe me when I say it. Like they think like I'm full of shit or something like that. That if you use Facebook right, like that can bring a lot of opportunities. And in my case, I have to admit that I gone a little bit kind of strict on how I use Facebook. Like I unfollow a lot of people. Like if somebody's posting things that I really don't care much about, I unfollow them and things like that, and I have a very strict use of it. But it also has become like the greatest tool for me to connect with people, to pretty much even get the scholarships, and now you're saying here this in this case as well that you got your work there through Facebook. So how do you think technology is impacting the art industry in order to get opportunities?
I think the impact is absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm not sure if I would have been where I am now if it wasn't for the internet and if it wasn't for like the possibilities it gives. And I also use not only Facebook, it's like every platform that you can also connect to people and that you can show your work and that you can get feedback on it and that you can like just connect to people. It has been a great help, and it is, like it still is. So yeah, it has improved things a lot for artists. I think, like, as the world is not so big anymore, you can dream bigger and you can reach people that are like thousands of miles away. You can talk to them and you can just share experiences. It's great.
Also, how did you get this opportunity? Right now, I know that you're in Spain, working for the Sergio Pablo Studios. How did you get this opportunity?
It was also like not very planned out ahead. I just really like the project that I'm working on right now, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I just like wrote to them and applied. I sent my portfolio and was asking, do you need more people and can I maybe like join in? And I did a small test and then they decided to take me, which was the greatest thing ever. I'm really happy to be here.
And I know that there are many aspects that you cannot talk about this project as well from the Golden Apple. But can you On the part that you can talk about, can you tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about the project?
Yeah, I can think I can say the name of the project, like for sure. There is so like a trailer online, so I'm not giving anything out. It's called Klaus, and there is already like a small preview of how the full-length movie will look like. And I personally think it's going to be something really beautiful, like visually super beautiful movie. I hope it will be, and it looks really great so far. Like, and there are so many amazing artists working on it. It's mind blowing. So, yeah.
What are the things that you didn't expect at all from the career of arts that became really important?
As I mentioned, like at first, I didn't at all expect to be able to earn a living doing what I love so much. So, just this is an unexpected thing so far, and I hope I have a long journey to go. Like I hope it's just the beginning. But also another thing is that I didn't expect how helpful all of the people will be and how like professionals really want to help you and want to teach you, and when they see like a person who is really motivated and wants to learn, they really sit with you and show you stuff and explain you stuff and work with you. And I really love like this support from other people in the industry, and I'm really thankful for that actually. Like, yeah.
On the other hand, what was something that you completely expected and that became true and important?
What I expected was, I don't know, I when I got my first like the first internship, I expected to love my work, like to love every part of it, and I still do. Like I still love it all, even with the like hardships and the self-doubt that is always a part of it. I still really enjoy everything, like every part of the journey. That is.
And how do you deal with that, like the self-doubt? Because this is something I think
Oh,
everybody in the art world deals with. And, well, pretty much whenever you go and do things that are really important for you, like doubt is something present, always, never goes away. How do you deal with that?
yeah, it is really tough. I don't know if it's for everyone, if it's the same. I can say for myself, but it's really tough. You have to deal with it on a daily basis, I think. And after a while, you kind of learn to ignore it more and more. Like it's still there, but you kind of learn to work with it. Like you just ignore it more and keep on going and keep on working. But yeah, it's really hard also when you're surrounded by so many amazing artists and like people that are so good at what they do, and you always have these questions like, what am I doing here, and why am I here? But you have to really use that in your advantage and use it as motivation. At least I try to. Like I get motivated, okay, I work hard and I get better.
Also, can you tell us a little bit about your experience in Germany? I was there for about 1 week, but I was like completely uh, surprised. Like I expected it to be great, but it really went about all the expectations that I had. So, can you tell us a little bit there? What were you learning? How was your experience adapting to that culture and all that?
Uh, yeah, I have lived in Germany for the past like 5 years, even more, and uh, I think I managed to get a lot of really good contacts there, like work context. I worked on some really great projects there. I loved working on like I worked for TV animation for a while, which was a really great experience, and I learned a lot from it. I worked on a feature film also, and this also has given me like a lot in the professional sense. I mean, about the culture, it's very different from where I come from. Definitely, it's like a completely different people and different like cultural experience. But yeah, after a while, I kind of learned to love it a bit and just yeah, I don't know, I enjoyed it, but I'm also now looking for maybe something else and looking forward to like a new chapter maybe and just some new experiences. So yeah.
Nice. Also, uh, the art that you do was something that the skills that you have were something that you pick up from completely the studies, or were something that you also were honing? Like, there are people learning from the internet as well, like trying to learn stuff. Do you use resources online in order to become a better artist?
Yes, I'm a self-taught artist, so I haven't really went to a real school and really like a real art school and university. So everything I have learned so far is kind of divided between just looking for inspiration from other artists and just looking at their work and what they do, and also just attending online courses and yeah, learning from the resources that I can get my hands on. Like they're pretty good resources nowadays. It's really not that hard to kind of find a really good course with a really great artist and just learn from them directly and get feedback from them directly. And just there are hundreds of videos and hundreds of like just people that you can talk to and you can ask questions and you can learn from them. So yeah, this is how I learned from the internet.
Great. On that topic, when you see people trying to start into the career of becoming an artist, what are the most common mistakes that you see happening that people are not aware that they are doing?
Uh, this is a bit of a like a tough question, I think, for me, because I also don't consider myself so far along the journey that I can give advice to anyone right now. I don't know, but I something I really see more often than I thought I will is that some people want to like cut the journey short and are just want to get the really great job right into the gate without putting the work into it and without really learning the basics, for example, and just working hard for something. And they just want, how do I get into this thing, directly? How do I get this dream job without doing like the work? And I think this is like you have to enjoy the journey also, and you have to really put the work and the amount of just struggle that everyone goes through, and eventually things will happen, I guess. And yeah.
Also, do you consider yourself an extrovert, an introvert, or maybe a little bit of both?
Oh, I'm definitely an introvert. There is no question about it. I'm a really introverted person, but yeah, try to work with it as much as I can, of course.
I asked this question because for me it was a little bit of a unexpected thing to find. Uh, when I started like into the entrepreneurship world, I was like into the tech startup kind of thing. I was doing app designs and web design, and into the tech startup world, like everybody's like introverted, and they have this culture of pretty much entrepreneurship with everybody's trying to be as loud as they can because they are trying
Yeah.
to get all the opportunities. But then I jumped to doing animation, and things change quite drastically because I see amazing artists who are like really shy or really introverted, and the problem for them is not that they are not good enough, is that they are shy and they are not putting themselves out too much in order to get the opportunities that they want. So how
Yeah.
do you deal with that?
it it is still a fight. I mean, I'm also one of these people that are really introverted and that are really shy, and it is also like reflecting in my work sometimes, because I'm really shy to show my work also to people and just to like talk to people. But with the years I kind of have learned to lessen that, I guess, like to fight it a little bit. And when I really want something, I just, yeah, I just try to do it. I mean, yeah, but it's hard.
I even see that you opened your fan page like not too long ago, which is
Yeah,
uh
it's true.
yeah, I was like okay, this is a there is this amazing artist, and obviously you started like posting all your illustrations. Why did this didn't happen before? So, uh, what took you so long in order to put all your work
I,
out there?
I think it's something similar, I guess. I mean, it was just I wanted to uh, get more like experience, and just make my work a little better before like showing it to the world so much, I guess. And also I posted my drawings more on different platforms that were just for artists and that were just for that. And I also didn't like consider Facebook to be um, like the place for that. But as I started posting my drawings on my personal account, I saw that people maybe want to see it and they really like me posting my work. So I was like, okay, it's time to maybe separate my personal profile with my professional one. So this is why I kind of made the page so late. Yeah.
Nice. Also, there is something here that is specific to Latin America. They are still a little bit afraid of technology. Like I know many people who are still afraid of making a purchase online because they think like the hacker will steal their credit card
Yeah.
or something like that. And and this is something that I realized when I was there in Europe. Like one of the advantages that people had in Europe is that they were more aware that getting opportunities, getting the job online, and taking advantage of pretty much this
Yeah.
was a huge deal. And I think that's a step that Latin America hasn't touched too much. Uh, what would be your advice coming from this place where you know that you can use this to get jobs, to get opportunities, to get your work out there? What would be your advice for these people who are into economies that maybe do not allow art too much and they are not aware yet that they can use this like completely?
Yeah. I mean, I understand that because I also started using like my computer and the internet more when I moved to Germany and when I saw what my colleagues were doing and how they were presenting themselves to the online world, you know. So I also like use the internet more just in the past like 5 years, let's say 5, 6 years, just to promote my work and like to connect to people. So I kind of understand that. I mean, I also come from kind of this understanding, although things are really changing. And I feel that, yeah, I think that people should use this amazing possibility that the internet gives nowadays, especially in the art world, especially in our like in our work. Yeah.
Also, what would be your advice in order when you move to another country and you pretty much have to learn from zero? Like you're in Spain right now, and I know that you speak English, that you speak Bulgarian and German. I'm not sure if you speak Spanish.
No, sadly, no. Sadly, sadly, I don't speak any Spanish, but I hope to learn. Like, I hope to at least learn some basics so that I can understand people. But yeah.
So, what would be your advice in order to adapt better to a new culture when you make the jump?
Uh, I love to travel. I love to really see new things and new cities and new countries and like new culture. I guess living somewhere is a bit different, like than just traveling and passing by a country. You have to really set your mindset to the new place and kind of be like a sponge and try to get as much as you can. So I don't know. I just try to enjoy it as much as I can, and I try to learn as much as I can and get from the experience. So yeah, I think that's it.
Also, do you go to events, like art-related events, a lot?
Sorry, events.
Uh, yeah, like for example, Comic Con, City and X.
Events. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, like here in Spain, I still haven't been to one. I went to Annecy this year in France, which was the greatest experience ever. I mean, I expected it kind of, but it was even better than I have hoped for. It was really great, and I hope to go back there like next year. It was the greatest.
What would be your advice to make the most out of these events?
I guess really talking to people is the best thing you can do, because you have the opportunity to meet people that you you might not meet in a lifetime. You know, they live in the some live in the USA and work for these huge studios, and it's a great opportunity just to talk to them, just like have a beer with them and like ask them questions. And yeah, this was the greatest thing ever. Yeah.
And also, uh, this question may be more a little bit for me and for company, but what will be your advice to get the most out of the opportunities of the art world in Europe?
Uh, I think just there are many things happening right now in Europe. It's really a lot going on, and just looking for new projects that are starting and trying to get in touch with the people that are like working on those projects and just connecting with them, and yeah, trying to promote your work. And yeah, I think that's the essential, just connecting to people again.
Nice. Also, uh, if you wanted to increase your art skills a lot and really fast, what would be a challenge that you would recommend?
I'm also trying to follow this. I also want to like develop my skills more. But I guess what always is a good thing is just challenging yourself in doing things you haven't really done before, not repeating what you have done so far, just trying to get out of your comfort zone and trying new things. And although you feel maybe awful at first and you're like, oh my God, I'm not good at this, it's still worth it more than just sticking to doing the same thing over and over again, I think. So yeah, just challenging yourself with new things.
Great. There is this question that I do that is really hard. Uh, if
I'm
you
ready.
were yeah, okay, if you were to wake up tomorrow into a different universe and nobody knows you, but you still have your skills, you have your knowledge, you have $500 in your pocket. Uh, what would you do in order to get to this position as fast as possible?
Wow, that's that's the greatest question ever, I think. uh like first, if in this dimension you have the internet, I think you're going to be good. I think you're going to be all right. You just yeah, I would maybe do the same things, but kind of like more directed towards a goal. Just I would put my work first online. I will try to promote my work, and I will also try to connect to the professionals I really want to work with, and just look for work and just just use
Nice.
the possibilities.
Also, is there a topic that you think is not being talked enough in the art community that should be talked more about?
In the art community, I don't know, but I think what is a big struggle for me still is the uh, not so much the art part, but the part of like managing yourself and being like a good businessman and just promoting yourself and dealing with all this stuff. Also, when you work freelance, you have to, you know, be an accountant, be a manager, be everything. So this is something I would love someone to teach me how to do. It's really, this is one of the hardest things for me. Just
And how do you navigate through that? At least, what are the things that you have learned so far? And what would you recommend in order to become like a better businessman?
I'm still really learning at it. I mean, I haven't really worked so much freelance. Most of the time I have worked for studios, so I have never really had to deal with that so much. And I'm still trying to learn, but I think while doing it, you kind of make mistakes and you learn from them. I think there is no easy way. I'm I hope there is, but I think you just start doing and you learn from other people that are more successful than you. Also, you're like, oh, this guy is doing this and this, maybe I should try this as well. But you make mistakes and you learn from them and just gradually become good at it.
Awesome. Also, is there an advice that you would like to give to people starting art that we haven't mentioned yet?
An advice would be, I don't know, this is also an advice for me, just never stop being curious about things and just always look for different things, not just in the artwork, also outside of it, like go watch films and go to museums, I guess, just like explore everything around you and look into inspiration for that as well. But just be curious about everything around you.
That is definitely great advice, especially over there in Europe, where there is so much to learn and so much to see and take inspiration. That is something that definitely needs to happen more.
Yeah. I agree.
So, if people want to find you online, where will be the best places to do so?
Right now, I'm a little silent in the social media, which is not the best thing, I know, but I'm really like trying to enjoy where I am, and I'm really like doing different things now. But I constantly try to put things on Tumblr. You can find me, like, just write my name there. And Behance as well, I have some projects there, and also Facebook. Like, although I'm not very active right now there, I will be soon, hopefully. So yeah.
Awesome. Thanks a lot for giving us a little bit of your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
It's been really great. And any last words that you would like to give?
No, I just want to say thank you again. I really like your show and I'm a big fan, so I'm just really grateful for this. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks again for being here. So this has been the last episode of the Creative Hustler Show. If you like it, please click the like button below and share this interview with your friends. Until next time.